What if you had a DC fast charging lot that could do way more than just power up cars? You can do so many creative things that would turn this property into a giant cash machine. Now, when it comes to DC fast charging, you'll find DC fast chargers that are in the city, or sometimes you find them kind of on the outskirts next to highways or in the middle of nowhere. And I'm not choosing one or the other. I'm not saying it's better to be in the city or on the highway. And I looked at this myself too. When I'm looking at these business plans, I'm looking for opportunities as well. I'm not just kind of watching from the sidelines. But one thing that kept jumping out to me was it's going to be really tough to make all of our money back for our investment, especially if we buy the property. I don't know where you live, but where I live, land is crazy expensive. So we wouldn't be able to justify making all of our money back and then some just from making money from the return on selling electricity. So then you start to get a little creative, right? Like, okay, well, what else could we do? How else could we bring in money? And some of these ideas are a little bit out there. They're a little futuristic, but bear with me. One of my favorite sayings from a guy named Wayne Gretzky. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. I'm in Canada. We love hockey. So Wayne Gretzky would always say, don't go to where the puck is, go to where the puck is going. And it makes sense, right? And that's kind of what we're doing here for this business. Yeah, the demand might not be fully here right now, but if it was fully here right now, then we'd be too late. We're thinking ahead, we're being forward thinkers. And yeah, there's a bit of a risk, but I mean, we can all see the way that this industry is trending, right? So we're trying to go to where the puck is going. And that's where this DC fast charging business comes in. And these creative ideas kind of come into play. And I'm not going to take credit for all these ideas. Some of these ideas were sparked from doing research and listening to other people. I listened to this really great podcast the other day that gave me the main idea for this. And it's this Australian podcast. I think it's just called the EV Charging Podcast, but it was awesome. And he mentioned this business model about having a DC fast charging, but you also rent out cars. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so smart. So, what if we had a DC fast charging location? Well, we already put our investment in, we got our DC fast chargers installed, we paid, 200 grand. We're making, let's say, 25 grand a year in profit. If it's a great location, maybe 50 grand a year. But we want more. We want to make our money back faster. So, what are some ways we can make more money and have our chargers used more? Now, I'd say, I mean, I'm willing to bet, I'd say there's more people out there that have a driver's license without a car than they do a driver's license with a car. Makes sense, right? So let's say you had a driver's license, you didn't have a job, and you were looking to bring in some extra income, and you're like, oh man, it'd be great to be like an Uber driver or like a delivery driver for Uber Eats or like a Lyft driver, whatever car sharing driving companies you have where you live. Then you could come to our location. I don't know, let's call it our DC fast charging plus Uber rental location. And if we bought or maybe even leased like 5 super reliable, affordable EVs, spacious enough to carry people around, and we rented them out to these people that had driver's licenses for 400, 500 bucks a week, including insurance. They get free charging because they come and use our chargers. So we'll cover the cost for that. It's 500 bucks all in. They don't have to worry about anything else. Now it's up to them on how much profit they want to make based on how much they work, but I don't think it's out of the realm of reality if they put in a full-time week to make, let's say, 1,000 bucks from driving people around all week. So they give us our 500, they take their 500, call it a day. I mean, that's 2,000 bucks a month. That's not nothing. That's pretty good to get started. I mean, these are some rough concept numbers, but you see where I'm going with this. Now, this video, I'm just going to try to stay on planet Earth. Next video, I'm going to go mega creative and kind of go out of this world with these different ideas. Some of them haven't really all been panned out. I'm sure you'll think of reasons why they might not work, but for this one, let's just stay in reality here.